Hello everyone, welcome. Today we are talking about ISO20022, a big talking point approaching the 20th of March. We are on the 15th today. Now before we go any further, in the last video I said if we get over 100 likes, I will give away $50 worth of XRP. So to enter in today's video, leave a like down below. Let me know down below in the comment section what your favorite crypto is out of this list. If you feel a little bit adventurous, leave me a sentence as to why that is your favorite crypto. Now, do not scoff at $50 worth of XRP. Keep in mind these cryptocurrencies can 10x all the way to 100x in the future. That $50 will be worth a lot more. Now, today's video, ISO 2022. Number one, what is it? What is it all about? So, we can see here, ISO 2022 is an open global standard for financial information. It provides consistent, rich, and structured data that can be used for every kind of financial business transaction. Yes, over the next couple of months, or the next couple of years, we're going to see these banks globally migrate from the NT financial messaging to the ISO 2022 standard, and these banks are going to migrate at their own, stages, right? And by November 2025, the old system will be done. To put it simply, it's more about forcing these legacy systems to be more interoperable. Now, all the hype around this approaching March 20th is, are these ISO 2022 coins going to pump? That statement is pretty faulty, right? But that's a big hype going around right now. There's two extremes in the market also. There's one side stating that ISO 2022 does not matter at all. It's nothing, ignore it. Nothing to do with anything, right? Another side stating if you put $1,000 into these ISO coins, they're going to somehow give you generational wealth, right? Both are wrong in my opinion. ISO 2022 relates to the financial systems using ISO 2022 compliant messages. So if you think about Ripple, for example, Ripple does. So more in a sense, it's more the companies that are compliant. And even when there is compliance, doesn't guarantee that they're going to be used. These cryptos listed in the thumbnail, listed in the title are fantastic investments, but not because they are compliant, because of their individual utility and the sectors they're tackling in the trillions of dollars, right? All of these regulated entities going forward will need to be compliant. It's nothing inherently special. Number three, last one, not directly related to cryptocurrency, right? ISO 2022 was first introduced in 2004, right? It's been in the works for ages. The financial sector is absolutely huge. It's not just all about cryptocurrency, but it is a piece of the puzzle, and it is important, right? Bob Way, from Employee states here, it's way bigger than you might think at first. So I want to find some middle ground in today's video. XRP, when it goes live, is not going to change XRP to 10k per coin, but it's not something to completely dismiss. I want to go over some indirect links to crypto that it does have, benefiting some listed in this video, and going into what it's all about, what the upgrade actually brings to the table. Okay, so I'm going to read a couple of tweets here, but stay with me. Stay with me. So Swift, MT, and MX are two different formats for the same set of messages. Think of MT as being a markdown, MD text file, and MX being like a web page, HTML. But when you read them, each says exactly the same thing. However, there are many numbered message types in each. So we can see here, they can concentrate on MT103 and MT202. And this update is essentially this ISO 2022 transition is going to make it easier for these banks to integrate with these digital assets. This is very, very important when we come to speak before by Bob Way again. The biggest impact ISO 2022 is going to have is that even smaller banks are going to be upgrading their systems. This creates a much larger pool of ODL compatible banks that can benefit from on-demand liquidity. We talk about this all the time on the channel, right? The most of the volume is coming from these retail-based payment service providers. This is going to raise that compatibility of banks. Banks actually utilizing ODL. Wholesale volumes, high volumes coming in, making the price of XRP eventually go up. That is just one example of ISO 2022 indirectly increasing the price of XRP potentially. Now moving on to the blue one in the back there, XDC. What are we sat right now? We're sat at 3 cents. These are game-changing price points. In the top 100 well, love to see it. So we're going to talk about Impel here. You've probably heard about Impel. Built on XDC, an alternate solution platform for quickly and securely sending ISO 2022 financial or compliant financial messages. Also includes the option to add XDC as collateral for instant settlement. Now, they pretty much do the same thing the Swift model does. they have lower operating costs, and have a peer-to-peer mechanism to communicate. This is very huge when you think about these existing systems, making it easier these entities actually get involved. This is where it gets interesting for XDC, because Impel's clients range from high-level banks, mid-range banks, smaller banks, and even corporates, where they can act as their own bank. You can see here, they have their own digital asset wallet. They use Impel's and ISO API, then push the data when they want to make a payment. So you can see instant settlement, peer-to-peer, in a decentralized manner that anyone can use, anyone can take advantage of, even you can. You can see here blockchain power financial messaging action, ISO 2022 compliant format, fill in details, and you get access to the demo. I will leave it down below. So that's another example of ISO 2022 benefiting these cryptocurrencies indirectly. Now moving on lastly, where XDC will be mentioned briefly, but a video here of Swift with CBDCs gaining momentum, ensuring seamless interoperability in global payments is crucial. Our solution tested with 18 banks, processed 5,000 transactions across 2 blockchains, and fiat. Exciting results.
There's a growing momentum towards central bank digital currencies, with over 100 countries exploring a CBDC, representing over 95% of global GDP. But with so many central banks developing their own digital currencies based on different technologies, standards and protocols, there's a real risk that the CBDC ecosystem becomes fragmented. If left unaddressed, this could lead to unconnected digital islands springing up around the world.
Important thing to note here is what's being said, right? 5,000 transactions across 2 blockchains. People need to read stuff before they actually start typing on Twitter, right? They're saying, is it the XRP Ledger and Stellar? Is it XDC? Is it this and that and whatnot, right? If you read the article, it says it's Quorum and Corda blockchain networks. Now, you could mention that, well, if we look towards XDC, it's a fork of Quorum. It was one of the first settlement tokens on Corda, if I remember correctly, but I wouldn't jump to any conclusions. If you go back to what these financial institutions wanting, they like blockchain, they like DLT, but they're not a fan of the cryptocurrency, these cryptocurrency tokens, and try to do this whole process without these tokens, right? So I wouldn't jump to conclusions with XDC being involved with this, but it's not the whole big deal. You can think outside of this, right? They're using a DLT gateway architecture. So when you think about when it comes to applications wanting to speak to these networks, then you look towards Quant QNT. Moving on to the final part of the video, will the prices move on the 20th of March? Drum roll, no, I do not think that they will. I think a lot of people are getting bored during the bear market. You know, they can't wait to these later dates, like I say 2024, for these coins to actually pump, bar the potential of the lawsuit Ripple versus SEC and XRP having somewhat of some price movement when that case is done. But bar that, 2024. You know, when it comes to ignoring the noise, you hear that for FUD, negative opinions, people trying to discourage you off your DCA method. I'd say it's both other ways when it comes to this whole PM stuff, getting latched onto these dates, these ideas of the price moving. I personally don't see it. Now, I'm not denying that these ISO coins might pump based on the narrative, the FOMO, the speculation of utility, just like the AI coins pumped, you know, not an individual reason, just because of ChatGPT exploding in popularity. Now, I'm not denying that at all, but I'm sticking to my plan. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not doing anything irregular. I'm not stacking that more than I would have. I'm just sitting back, relaxing. Right? ISO 2022 is important, but it's not going to immediately change these cryptos to these high price points. If you disagree, if you think we're going to pump on the 20th of March, let me know your opinions down below. Do you disagree with me? I'm very interested to hear your comments. But made this far in the video. Thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.